Hello, welcome. Special greetings to everybody across the world. You're welcome once again to Marsego Empire. Today, we have scheduled to have a discussion on how to put our information on paper as a cover letter to be able to apply for a job in Canada. Jobs that are normally advertised for people who are not necessarily in the country or people who are outside Canada to be able to apply, be interviewed, and be employed to relocate from their country of destination to work in Canada. Now, yesterday we have had a discussion on how to put our information, how to put our skills, how to put our experiences, how to put our educational credentials on paper to be able to apply for a job. And we have specifically spoken about how to write a resume yesterday. Now, today we want to see how we can equally explain the information, explain the skills that we have put on paper as a resume in a detailed manner to the recruitment officer, to the HR officer as a resume. So today we want to look at what is a resume. In simple put, a resume is a document that actually explains to the recruiter your skills and your expertise that you intend to bring to the job. So the resume is actually a way of presenting, a way of selling yourself to the recruiter why you are the ideal candidate for that particular job. Now, you realize that based on what we have done yesterday, the resume actually seems to be a summarized document telling them of the skills that you've been able to acquire over the time, the skills that you've been able to learn on that particular job, the job that you have previously done, or the job that you are doing and you intend to change your position, or you intend to change the company. Now, but the cover letter seems to be a document, seems to be a letter that will explain your skills, that will explain your experiences that you are transferring from your current job or that you intend to transfer based on your past experiences to the position that you are applying for. Now, to be able to write a good cover letter, it is not something that you just need to sit down and begin to do it. No. The cover letter is actually going to be based on the specific job description that has been advertised based on that particular position, based on that particular vacant position. So before you actually start writing your cover letter, it means that the job description is supposed to be taken a proper look at. You need to study the job description and know exactly what the employer wants. So every job will actually spell out exactly which skills, what they expect to see in a particular employee. So you must study that description and know and determine if you possess them. Now, there are certain job descriptions, especially in Canada, where they will put certain number in them. They can put a number which is in the form of a tracking number, and they will specialize that this number should be quoted in your cover letter. So it means that it is very important for you to pay much attention to the job description. Now, once you have studied the job description, what exactly they want will be identified. Sometimes the problem that the particular company is facing may equally be stated in the description. So once you have seen the skills, you have seen the problem the company is facing, and you realize that the skills that you possess are or will be able to solve the problem. The skills that you possess will be able to match exactly what they want. Then it means that you are now ready to start writing your cover letter. Good. But before we delve into how the cover letter will be written, I first want us to take a look at some of the skills that almost all employers want in employees. Now, some of these skills may not be necessary to all companies, may not be the best for all companies, but most companies will want them. So I want us to go through some of them. The first skills that I want us to take a look at is what? Problem solving skills. Now, this is a particular skills that will be able to help you to be able to know exactly what the employer wants from you. Because most companies have certain peculiar problems that they want people to come and solve. So do you have these problem solving skills that will be able to help you to solve that problem? For example, there are certain companies that always run at a loss. Always run at a loss. It means that such companies do not necessarily make a profit. So it means that the HR officers, the recruiters who want people who have problem solving skills that will be able to come and block the loophole in the company, that will prevent employees, if there is, who are actually corrupt, making the companies to go down. So you should be somebody who has this skill, problem solving skills. Do you have that skill? Do you have analytical skill that will help you to be able to analyze the situation, will analyze the problem of the company to be able to deduce solutions to solve them? Are you an employee or are you a leader who has the ability to brainstorm through the problem, brainstorm with other team members to be able to get plans, to be able to deduce strategies that will help you to solve problems in the company? So problem solving skill is key. Now, another skill that I want us to also look at is what? Adaptability. Adaptability. Will you be able to adapt to the new working environment? Will you be able to adapt to the new ethics of work? Will you be able to adapt to the new thing that you come in to work with? Will you also be able to adapt to the new culturally diverse environment? Because you are moving from Africa to a new place. How will you be able to adapt quickly to the system? Because the way things are done in your, perhaps the country you're watching from, is different from how things are done here. So how are you going to adapt to them? Because the working environment is not going to be the same. Do you have that adaptive skill? So you see that? Now, maybe you were a leader of a particular company in Senegal. Now you want to move here. If you've been recruited, you may not necessarily going to be at a top management position. You're going to be an entry-level employee. How are you going to psych your mind to be able to have the realization that you are not a boss over here? You are an employee. So it means that responsibilities will actually be given to you to perform. How are you going to relate with other members? We have about 180 cultures in Canada. Are you somebody who has psyched your mind in such a way that when you see somebody from a different background, he or she doesn't mean anything to you? For example, in Canada, the system don't really stop. The system runs 24/7. So there are people who go to work in the morning, there are people who go to work in the afternoon, and there are people who go to work in the night. Maybe you are used to working in the morning, just like the normal one that is done in Africa. We wake up and go to work from 7 or 8 and close at 3 to 4 p.m. Will you be able to adapt that? If you are employed over here, you'll be going to work in the night, and by 6 a.m. in the morning, you should be at work. Will you be able to adapt to that? In Africa, the system seems to be relaxed, so people can be late for work and nobody seems to ask them anything. Here, if you are late for only 1 second, 50 minutes will actually be deducted from your salary. Will you be able to adapt to that? The climate situations over here is different. Now snows are falling every day. Snow has started falling. The temperature is very cold over here. Will you be somebody who will be able to quickly adapt to the new working environment to ensure that even if the weather is very cold, the weather can go as low as 20 degrees? Will you be able to adapt to it and wake up and prepare and go to work? Or you are somebody, when the temperature is very cold, you're going to call your employer and tell him or her that, nah, today the weather is very cold, I can't come to work. Are you somebody who is going to do that? So your adaptability is key. You need to state it in the cover letter that you are somebody who is a fast learner. You are somebody who is able to adapt to new working environment. You are somebody who is able to study things to be able to up your game. Adaptability is key. Another important skill that I want us to take a look at was time management. Time management. Now, people who are good time managers are able to set time. They are able to schedule how tasks are supposed to be performed. They are able to know which task is the most important one and which one is supposed to be performed first and which one is supposed to be performed later. People who are good time managers are able to know how to spread their workload so that they will always be able to meet time. They'll be able to meet deadlines. Are you somebody who may be employed as a supervisor in a company where orders are coming, that you wouldn't be able to know the total number of goods that you need to produce in a particular day to be able to meet the deadline? So time management is actually key in ensuring that the company's goals are achieved. Are you somebody who is a good time manager? Now, another thing that I want us to take a look at was leadership skills. Leadership skills do not necessarily mean that you are going to be the leader and always make yourself look so bossy as if you are the most important employee of that company. It means that how are you going to bridge bridges across the various levels of the staff of the particular company? How are you going to relate with those who are performing the actual task, those who are supposed to be running the errands for the company, and those who are supposed to maybe be supervising other employees of the company to ensure that the results are achieved? Are you somebody who can be trusted in that particular company? How are you going to relate with customers? How are you going to relate with clients? Are you somebody who is quick-tempered, that when somebody keep asking similar questions for clarification, you're going to get angry? Are you somebody who has the patience to be able to deal with people from different backgrounds? Are you somebody who have the skills to be able to sit down and deduce new strategies, new approaches that the company needs to work towards to be able to accomplish stated objectives? These are things that recruiters will actually look out for in somebody who may be applying for a leadership positions, or as somebody who is even applying to be a mere employee. So these skills are very key. Now, another important skill that employers will look out for is somebody who has what? The team spirit. Who is a team player. Are you somebody who can work with almost everybody? Are you somebody who seek for information from people? Are you somebody who can ask people to share their views with you as to how to do things? So you see, are you somebody who thinks that whatever comes to your mind is the best, so that I don't necessarily have to maybe seek for opinions from other people? So team spirit is key. Now, the last but not the least skill that every recruiter will expect from a potential employee is that the person needs to have a computer skill. It is very important. It may not necessarily mean that somebody is applying for a position of a data entry officer in a particular company, so that person should possess computer skills. No, it means that you should be somebody who can at least perform certain simple tasks when it comes to the computer world. Are you somebody who can do simple typing? Do you know how to work with Excel? Do you know how to work with Microsoft? Are you somebody who can just perform simple tasks on the computer? Because computer seems to be ruling the world. So these are some skills that I want you to have at the back of your mind when you are writing your cover letter, that you need to maybe feature some of these skills in what you are writing, to give a deep understanding or to give a proper presentation of exactly who you are. So this is really important. Now let's delve quickly into how to go about writing the cover letter. So just as we do in a normal letter, we put your address on the right side of the cover letter. So the address, first your name has to come, your name follows by your email. We have spoken yesterday in writing your resume. We have spoken about your name, we have spoken about your email, we have spoken about what? Your address, we have spoken about your phone number. So after your phone number, then you put your date. Then you come to the inside address. Then you put the address of the company you are applying to. So maybe the company is Marsego Empire Production Company. Have you seen that? Marsego Company Limited. Maybe the address is LY something Ontario, Toronto. Have you seen that? Then you address the letter to the recruiter. Dear sir or madam, the HR department, so and so. So it is very important that you need to read about the company, because the salutation is key. Don't write to whom it may concern. No. It is important for you to just do a little research about the company and know who to address the letter to. Tomorrow, when we begin to check on the website that I'll be introducing you to, the website, the legitimate, authentic website of the government of maybe Canada, for where all recruiters announce their job vacancies over there, you will see that when the job description is given, how to apply for the job and other things, they actually tell you whom to address the letter to, or whom to address your cover letter to. So it is very important for us to first know what the company does, what the company produces, or what maybe is the main objective of the company, and whom or who to address the letter to. If you are addressing it to the recruiter, or you are going to address the letter to the HR department. Then after that, then you now need to begin writing your cover letter. Actually, the cover letter is just a one-page document that highlights, as I have already indicated, that highlights your key experiences and your skills that you are bringing onto the job you are applying for. Now, so the cover letter actually has 3 stages. The first stage is the introduction. The second stage is the body, where you need to actually talk about what you are bringing on board, or the achievement that you have chalked over the past 2, 3, 4 years. And the final part is what? The conclusion, call to order, asking the HR department to get back to you once they have realized that you are the ideal candidate for the job. Now, let's talk about the introduction. The introduction is actually an opening statement to the recruiter that will impress him or her to know that this is what the candidate we've been looking for. Now, your introduction needs to be very interesting, hard-hitting, and actually giving a deep overview of exactly who you are. It is good to know that when recruiters are actually reviewing applications, they are not going to look at your resume first. The first thing they'll be looking at is what? Your cover letter. So if your cover letter impresses them, then they're going to what? Move on, look at your CV, and shortlist you for an interview. Let me reiterate at this point that nobody will employ you over here if they don't interview you. They will surely interview you to know or to ascertain if what you have actually stated on your CV or your resume and your cover letter actually represents who you are. So they will surely interview you. They will send you an interview. They will send you an email indicating to you that, wow, you are one of the ideal candidates that they have shortlisted and they would like to have an interview with you. So your introduction should be very important. Your introduction should first mention the position you are applying to and what you are bringing onto that position. I have a sample of an introduction here. Let me try to read. This is somebody who is applying for a position of digital marketing manager. Digital marketing manager in a company in Canada. So this is an introduction I try to put here. Today I don't want to talk about being a teacher because this is not a platform where only teachers are here. So I need to be at least present information to people across all their sectors. So this is my introduction. As an experienced digital marketing manager with track record of success, I'm excited to apply for the position of digital marketing manager at, then you bring the company. Full stop. During my 5 years in the field, I have gained skills in developing and implementing effective digital marketing strategies that drives business growth. That is what I have just put on paper. So that is my introduction. So it means that you are telling the recruiter that as somebody who has experience in digital marketing for over 5 years, you have the track record of ensuring that businesses or companies will see a growth in what they do. Will see a growth in what? In letting the general public know of their new product, of letting people know, or of letting potential clients know of the new goods that they are having for people to come and buy to improve sales. So if the HR personnel should read this introduction, being an experienced digital manager with a track record of success, you are excited to apply for the position of digital marketing manager. So during my first 5 years in the field, or during my 5 years, so it means that the person is not talking about the last 15 years. During my 5 years, the past 5 years in this field, not in a different field. So the person knows that, oh, this is somebody who has actually, the HR personnel will know that this is somebody who has actually worked in this field. He worked in this field. So this is not somebody who is coming to do try and error. He has the skills already. The skills of letting people know of what? Of the goods that we are having, of doing a lot of advertisement for the company. So he has the track record. Have you seen? He has achieved a lot of results there in that particular field. Now, this is what the introduction. Then after that, then you go and talk about the body. And at the body, then you need to talk about what you have done. So in the body, you can talk about things like being an experienced digital manager in working in the field in different countries. I have been able to develop the skills of problem solving and analytical skills in helping companies who are not performing very well to be able to deduce new plans, deduce new strategies, to be able to achieve their target in ensuring that there is growth in that particular company. So you are telling them that based on the various companies that you've worked for, you are somebody who always ensures that even though the company may not be working very well, you are somebody who helps the company to regain their plans, or to be able to put in the best plans, to be able to deduce strategies that will help the company to begin to improve, to be able to make profit, because all companies have this in one target. The target is what? To make profit. What are you telling them? You are telling them, you are giving them the skills you have. Because yesterday, based on the CV that we have spoken about, I said you need to be a leader. If you are applying for a leadership position, I know a lot of you may be applying for positions in agric. Agric is one of the serious sectors over here. So those of you who have studied agric at the university, some of you may apply for positions like a supervisor on the farm. So if you are applying for a position of a supervisor, then you should be able to tell them of your problem-solving skills, because you are somebody who is going to lead people. Here we have a lot of farms here. They produce a lot of apples here. They produce a lot of these poultry farms, these cattle and all those things are here. Vegetables, those vegetables that I have taking videos of and posted on the page, those are not vegetables or tomatoes or onions and those things that they are actually importing into the country. They are actually producing those here. So a lot of you, I know those who are into agric, may actually apply for a position of supervisor and all those things. So you need to be somebody who has leadership skills. It is very important. You need to be somebody who is a team player. You need to be somebody who will be able to manage time effectively. Don't forget that things that you are explaining in your cover letter should be things that you have already just stated in your resume. The cover letter is giving an explanation. The cover letter is explaining. The cover letter is actually describing things that you have stated in your resume. So the cover letter will give an overview, will explain them into detail. So this is just like in senior high school or at the university, where they ask you to state and explain. University of Cape Coast, one of the best universities in Africa. They will tell you to state and explain. So just the resume may be a place where you are stating what you are good at doing. The cover letter is where you are explaining how you are able to use those skills to achieve results for the company. I believe you are getting me. Now, I don't want this video to actually go beyond 30 minutes. Now, it's 29 minutes. Let's talk about the conclusion part. So after you have stated those skills, don't go and state irrelevant skills. State skills that are necessary, skills that they have explained in the description of the job. I don't want to open the portal and begin to talk about some of these things. Tomorrow, when we are actually doing that, I will explain some of these things. So the skills that you are going to talk about on your CV and as well as things that you are going to explain in the cover letter should actually be relating to, as I have already indicated, should be relating to things that they have, the job description they have given. Nobody will employ you for position that you know nothing about. So don't go and be saying things that you have no idea about. Say things that you can do. Then the conclusion part of the cover letter should be call to action. I'll be so grateful if I hear from the recruitment department. I'll be so happy to hear from the HR personnel on the next line of action. I'll be so grateful if my resume and application is considered for the next stage, or I'll be so grateful if my application will be considered for an interview. I'll be so grateful to come and explain. I'll be so grateful to come and prove my worth to you and why I am the ideal candidate for the company, why I am the best person to move the company from its current stage to the next level. What are you doing? You are concluding and you are calling to action. So this is what the resume, this is what the cover letter is about. Then you do your conclusion. Yours faithfully, you sign your name, you are good to go. So you see, the resume is going to be in a PDF. The cover letter will also be in a PDF. Most of the companies that we'll be seeing tomorrow, their mode of application is always two. Number one, through email, and number two, through post. You post it, and posting from Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, Cameroon to Canada, it will cost you so many dollars, so many naira, so many CD or safer. So I will entreat all of you to use the email. Is the fastest one. Just go through. You see the email. Once you've prepared the CV and cover letter, you just send. You send. What we are going to do tomorrow needs determination. It needs a positive mindset. You need to psych your mind and tell yourself that this is what is going to bring me to Canada. Come and make money. See, tomorrow, some of you be amazed and see the amount of money that will be is paid per hour to jobs that you are even doing for a whole year. Let's say a whole month in Nigeria, that they are paying you 100,000 naira. In a whole month you are doing in Ghana, that they are paying you 2,000. You even see that in a week, what you even make, if you are given the opportunity to come here, what you make in a week is even more than your monthly salary in Ghana. It's more than your monthly salary in Nigeria. So you need to have the attitude, the mental attitude, the mental strength, the mental motivation, the mental zeal to be able to put in all your maximum effort to ensure that you are able to get a job. This is do or die affair. You need to be determined. You need to be somebody who will not give up. You need to be somebody who will psych your mind to accept the rejection, because there are some of the recruiters who will tell you that once you have not heard from them, it means you are not shortlisted. So if you have applied to 10 jobs, to 10 companies, you haven't heard anything, it means they didn't consider your application. It means no. They've realized that no, you are not their good match. But once you have received an email from them asking you that, oh, your application is good, they want to consider you for the next stage, my brother or sister, Charlie, be happy. Let your prayers be very strong. There is nothing God cannot help you to do. God can do everything for you. It is left to you to decide on how you see it. You decide if you see positivity in everything or you see negativity in everything. It is left to you. But for me, I'm telling you that you need to see positivity. Your mental, see, there is a book which is called Positive Mental Attitude. So you need to have that positive attitude towards all the jobs that you're going to apply to. Tell yourself that this job is going to call me, I will get it. Everybody will know that I'm moving to Canada to be able to come and work. So that is that. Let me see if there is. Oh, thanks you for the insight. Res, good afternoon. Yeah, hope. Yeah, Res, I'm good. Asiedu, can somebody apply from Ghana? Yes, Mr. Asiedu. That is what we are doing. The jobs that we are going to do, they are jobs that you apply from Ghana, apply from Nigeria, Togo, Benin, South Africa, Senegal, Tanzania, Morocco, everywhere. These are positions that you need to apply from Africa. So once you apply and you are given the offer letter and the limaya, we will talk about that. Things that they will give you, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Once they have given that, you apply for a work visa. And I'm not going to apply for any other thing. You apply for work visa and actually come here. What Francis Doji Katoglo, what if you are applying for a supervisor position but you have not worked in such position before? This is where the problem will be. It should be, so it means you do not have the skills, you do not have the experience. So why should you apply for that position if you've not worked over there before? That is it. Because we are talking about the experiences. It means you do not have the experiences. You do not have the skills that is needed to be a supervisor. But there are some of the jobs that will spell out tomorrow. Some of the jobs, they will even put on the website that there will be a training. There will be 1-man training. There will be 2-man training for all employees who are recruited. So it means that even though you may have the qualification, but in terms of experiences is zero. If they consider you worthy, they will actually recruit because they'll be training you on the job. And some of these companies will actually tell you that they are going to pay you $20 or $50 per hour. Even though they may be training you, they will still pay you during those moments. And some of the companies will also tell you things that your appointments will cover. Some of them will tell you that, they will give you healthcare, accommodation, and all those things. So, that is that. Hey, Biagolo, good. Thank you. Ruben, how long does it normally take to get a response from the recruiter? For that one, depends on them. It depends on the number of applications they have received. When the job is advertised, they will surely tell you when the application ends. So I'm sure that once the application has ended, they will begin reviewing the applications to shortlist those who are qualified to proceed with the second stage, which is the interview. So that is that. For Moses, good evening, man. Trust you doing well. Yeah, dear. Charlie. RSM, I'm good. RSM, I'm good. So that is that. So my brothers, my sisters, that is that. In absence of any other question, then I think we need to end it. Maybe I'll be back today. I want us to have a discussion on something. So call somebody to also call something that I want to come online so that we have some friendly discussion. I may or I may not come, but hopefully I'll come back. So Moses, I hope you are also doing well. RSM, I think we need to have some discussion. You know, Ciso, I mean, for talks about some things, or is it a lie? Charlie, for link, I'll make you talk some things. I be you now, you know. Charlie. Biagolo, please, when finally your application goes through and you are given appointment, who bears the cost of your transportation? Which transportation? You are talking about the Biagolo, are you talking about the plane ticket? If you are talking about the plane ticket, some of the companies can tell you that they will provide an accommodation for you here. They can even give you, pay your plane ticket. But before they pay your plane ticket, it means you are somebody who has some rich skill that they've been looking for. Before they will even tell you that accommodation is sorted, your health is sorted, your other things are sorted, it means you are somebody who has some special skills. You have some important IT skills. Tomorrow, you see, there are certain crazy positions that they want people to come and fill. Yeah, they are going to be talking about the plane ticket. You bear the plane ticket. They are employing you to just come to Canada directly to come and work. Plane ticket should not be a problem. I've been telling people that if you have gotten your visa, getting your plane ticket should not be a problem. Do you know why? Even if you go to your enemy that you've gotten a visa to come to Canada, even your enemies will even give you money. When I had my visa, I told you I was home for 1 month. A whole 1 month I've not gotten money. I'm telling you. See, I've been telling you my reality, things that actually happened. I don't tell you opposite of things that happened. For a whole 1 month, I've not been able to get money to buy the plane ticket. The plane ticket was 33,000 Ghana cedis. I've not gotten money. A friend in UK now, that we interviewed that lady. That lady has some deep information to come and share on this page. I called her. Then he said, "Oh, Charlie Bismarck. So how do you do this?" Then she said, "Okay." She want to talk to the brother. Then she spoke with the brother and called that Charlie. The brother doesn't have money, but he said the brother said he doesn't have money, but the brother gave her 100 cedis to give to me. I said I appreciate it. She sent that 100 cedis to me. So from 33,000, the first money I've gotten was 100 cedis from now, who sent it to me from the brother, and now also relocated to UK not too long then. So there was no way she could have helped me. So you see that the plane ticket is key, but that should not be a problem. Your concern now should be getting the offer or the appointment letter. The appointment letter is not the only document you need. You need another document which is called Labor Market Impact Assessment, LMIA. I will speak about that document tomorrow when I open the portal. Ms. Marsego is saying, please, in case somebody needs your assistance in preparing the CV to suit Canadian standard, how can we link up? Oh, no, I have done everything. See, Ms. Marsego, you see, my goal is to help everybody. It's a promise I made to God that I'm going to help everybody, people who are coming from the poor background I'm coming from, people who have the same background as me. I want to help them. Yesterday, to be sincere with you, had it not be you asking this question, I wouldn't have. The number of people who send me an email for me to review their CVs for them. Hey, Charlie. So it means I wouldn't be able to even have time for myself. Here they were paid per hour. At least, Charlie, my rent day was $700. So my groceries, my living expenses and everything. I don't know anybody from here. There is no brother or sister for me to fall on. So if I'm spending the whole day reviewing people's documents to them, then it means that, Charlie, how am I going to live? Juta, they see the thing. So it means I wouldn't be able to make a living here. So that is the difficulty I'm facing. And based on what you have said, people were also sending me, I don't know, it's just occurring to me that you even take my email address from there. Because people, yesterday, I won't mention the person's name. Somebody was sending me hi about 20 times. One person, hi bro, hi bro, hi bro, hi bro. Oh, my people. You are sending me hi. This is not even WhatsApp. Already have stated that you are contacting me. Give an introduction. Hi, this is RSM. This is Agoja Moses. Your mate from Akachi College of Education, who is here so and so. Can you please do this for me? Then yes, that some people sent me email less than 5 seconds. I've responded to them. I don't know them. They are just followers on the page. It depends on how you send the email. People just said, hi, can you call me? Oh, Charlie. No fine. Fine. I'm here to help. But Charlie, let's do the thing well. 25. See, Charlie, make you look at. Yeah, no one do politics. How they do politics too? See, here see the system they work 24/7. Buses know they show work. Buses they move 24/7. Job they work 20. See, Charlie, forget about that matter. So please, how you send the email matters. I've been even planning that if the agenda is to help everybody here, if the agenda is to help people who are coming from a poor background like mine. Yesterday or 2 days ago, somebody was telling me that, Charlie, make I know the thoughts they are coming from poor background. So make I the thoughts they are coming from humble background. Which one be humble? See poor person who be arrogant before. We see rich man who be very humble before. We have only 2 family background. You are from poor background, you are from rich background. Me, I come out from poor background. So me, I want to help everybody we get the same background as me. But Charlie, some of the things. So yesterday I was thinking, if indeed I want to help people, then people should have access to me if I'm available. So I was thinking, let me put my number there. People can just call me. My Ghana number, if you know me, my number say for Ghana, if you call me, say me, I will not pick. Because I'm on roaming here. If you call, the calls are expensive. If I call RSM right now, we'll talk less than 5 minutes, even less than 3 minutes. I'll spend over 50 Ghana cedis credit. So I can only talk on WhatsApp. But I'm thinking, let me put my Canadian number here so that people can call, just have access to me. But the problem is that people will abuse it. People will abuse it. You understand? The time difference between Canada and Nigeria now is about 7 hours. Ghana, Canada is 4 hours. And all those, you see, people will be calling me 12 a.m. here, 1 a.m. and all those things. People abuse it. So you see, so the problem is the problem is not about me, but the problem is about our attitude. I will come back. We'll talk about something. Charlie, I wish you all the best. Peace.